Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Avatar draft here on the channel. It's professional Nikolai time. Let's dive on in and see what we're working with. Whew. Our rare is Zuko Conflicted. Not a rare I am happy to play. It's not in a color combo that's great, and also giving itself to your opponent eventually is not great. I kind of want to try it at some point, but now is not that time. Other than that, in this pack, the best card is probably Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper. It's multicolored, so I'm not going to take it here. But if you are in blue-black, this card is fantastic. Getting those 1/1s is really strong. What's a monocolored option here? Well, there's Path to Redemption, which is a solid option. So we could potentially take that. Just a good removal spell. There's also Suki Kyoshi Warrior, which I like, especially because it's flexible, so it can go into a green deck or a white deck. It doesn't have to be in a green-white deck specifically, so I might just take that. Flexibility really means a lot in your early picks because you want to make sure that you can give yourself time to read signals. You don't just force, okay, I'm going to take a blue-black card and then play blue-black, or really box yourself into splashing, which I don't like doing. I'd much rather take a flexible card that's strong, like Suki, and then go from there. Okay, so we have Suki Kyoshi Warrior. Suki goes great in white decks because there's a lot of allies. Making allies can be beneficial. If you have a card like Avatar Enthusiasts, then your Suki gets better because every time you attack with Suki, your Avatar Enthusiasts grows. Tiger Dillo is good in red-green specifically because there's more 4-powered stuff. Not a card I want to take here necessarily, though I could put Suki into a red-green deck. That's definitely an option. Watery Grasp is fine. I don't like second picking it, though. And then there's like Momo, which is, I think, a little bit better than it looks. If you play this on turn 1 in a deck that has some flyers, you're going to do a lot of damage with it. So we could consider this. I don't like the Cabbage Merchant that much. When you have a strong white card, you generally want to follow up with another white card. I think I'm going to take the Momo and try it out. I don't really want to take Benevolent River Spirit. I don't think Momo is even that good, but I kind of want to get some more reps with it, and I like sticking to white early on. So that's kind of my logic there. Okay, pick 3. Well, the card that goes best with what I have is pretty obviously Glider Kids. I already have 2 cards that could go into a heavy white deck. Momo curving immediately into a Glider Kids is really, really strong. And so that is definitely something that I'm considering. But Epic Downfall is way better than Glider Kids. And it's pick 3, and I'm not that confident that white isn't even open because there's only 1 white card in this entire pack. Blue-white would be a really good home for Momo, but black-white could have some flyers too, I guess. And Momo is just a card that I kind of wanted to take there anyway. I could have taken the Avatar Enthusiast, but it seemed like a bit aggressive to take that. This was a more committal pick than the first pick for sure, but Epic Downfall is going to be my choice here. I think it's just a great removal spell. But I will note, Glider Kids is quite good for the cards I have right now. Okay, I'm glad I didn't take Glider Kids because white is not looking open. Sandbender Storm is a card I almost never play, and Yip Yip is a fine card, like totally solid, but not a card I'm 4th picking ever. There is Flopsy Boomy's Buddy, though, which is a really strong card, and one that I'm very happy to take here. There's also Tiger Dillo, but we're seeing a few good green cards. Like Flopsy is good, and then Walltop Sentries is also good. So we'll see. Green-black could be a home for us. There's not a great black follow-up to Epic Downfall. Always keep track of the signals you're reading. We don't see a crazy blue card. Octopus Form's not a card I'm 4th picking. There hasn't been a blue card worth considering really in any of these packs, if I recall. So blue has not seemed open. Red, we've seen a couple Tiger Dillos, but that's it. So blue-red has not seemed open. Some combination of the black, white, green, but Flopsy 4th pick is a nice little top-end card. And now, I mean, black-green is looking somewhat open. Long Fang is not my favorite card, but it definitely can do some work, especially if you have a little bit of sacrifice synergy. But I think Ostrich Horse is significantly better, so I'm going to take that. Plays well, helping you hit your land drops till you get up to 6 mana. And Corrupt Court Official is also a fine option. Black-green is looking the most open, I will say. We've seen a couple of Long Fangs now. I mean, there was never a point where I was going to take Long Fang, because I definitely think Epic Downfall is better. Maybe I took Momo over Long Fang, but I'm not second picking Long Fang anyway. But I think Ostrich Horse is one of my favorite green cards, and it's a pretty easy pick here. Okay, now Sold Out is in this pack. Pick 6. People are maybe not drafting black in this pod. This is one of the best black commons. And we've already got Ostrichors, Flopsy. This is why starting with Suki is so good, because Suki just slots right into this deck. It fits into green or white decks, which means any deck that's not blue-black specifically or blue-red. And I guess the Grixis colors. But yeah, like blue-black, there's like 3 decks it doesn't fit in, and it fits into the other 7. I think I did the math right on that. Yeah. But yeah, Sold Out's going to be my pick up here over Kyoshi Battle Fan. I think that's pretty easy. Cruel Administrator coming around late, black, red, gold card. It's not my favorite card, but I think Sold Out's really good. Now there's True Ancestry as a value card. There's Hama the Bloodbender for a heavy black deck. Pretty reasonable card. And there's Merchant of Many Hats. I don't think Merchant of Many Hats is that good. Wall Top Sentry is also an option. Let's look at our curve. We have Flopsy. We don't really have 2-drops right now. I'm going to take True Ancestry. It plays well with Ostrich Horse. Hama's a 2-for-1, but it's much harder to cast in my green-black deck, especially because my deck might be heavier green to play Suki on turn 4 consistently. And if I only have 8 swamps, casting Hama's going to be tricky. Here, pick 8, we see another Tigerdillo. Maybe we could have gotten all the Tigerdillos, but a Corrupt Court Official reinforces that black is probably open. Getting a green-black land is helpful, because when you have Suki and you want to be able to cast your stuff, getting extra good mana fixing is important. So I'm going to take the dual land here. We wield Daily Indoctrination. Not a card I'm super thrilled about. I guess I'll take White Lotus Hideout. It could help me with fixing, potentially. If I really do want to splash. There's now Pirate Peddlers. I don't really have any sacrifice outlets, but Death Touch is a good mechanic. Energy Bending, no. I could just take these. I could abandon black for sure. I could just start taking Tigerdillos. But I think black is open. We got that late Sold Out. We got this past round. We've been seeing Corrupt Court Officials. Long Fang came back around. That's nice for us. So a little bit of sacrifice synergy. Cycle of Renewal is a card like 4 black-green, I think. This is where it thrives. And so maybe we could get one of those later. Perfect. We get a Cycle of Renewal immediately. I don't really want Xiao, because I'm not trying to go wide, but Cycle of Renewal could be pretty good with my Long Fang. Hog Monkey's not a huge priority for me. The flexibility of Cycle of Renewal is really what I like about it. It turns into a combat trick if you have Long Fang. There's some other synergies that you might be wanting to assemble. Perfect. So black-green is where we're at. Well, if you're going to be black-green, opening up Bifong Bounty Hunters is just about perfect. We don't have any 2-drop creatures yet, so we're on the lookout for those. This would be good for us. The Deadly Precision would be good for us. Callous Inspector, maybe we'd play if we get enough sack outlets, but Bifong Bounty Hunters is really, really strong. It's important to note when it includes itself, so if this creature dies, you Earthbend 4. So that's really, really strong. We have a good mix of creatures, 6 creatures, 4 non-creatures. The Cycle of Renewal is currently more supplementary, but we have 2 good removal spells. Pirate Peddlers is going to be good with like Cycle of Renewal, stuff like that. And Bifong Bounty Hunters is also going to be quite nice. We are on the lookout for 2-drop creatures. I guess the only one we didn't take was, there was a Merchant of Many Hats that we could have considered, but we did not take that. Okay, so Toph is not where we're at because it would require too much of a splash. There is, however, Rebellious Captives, which is just what we need. We need a 2-drop. This gives us something to do, earthbending a little bit. Judy is sometimes good. I don't think it's as good in this deck because I think it really shines in black-white, where consistent sacrifice is important. And you can like turn your 1/1s into 2/2s and your clue tokens into 2/2s, and you have stuff that rewards you for sacrificing consistently. I think Rebellious Captives is going to be better for me. That's just a 2-drop that scales into the late game a little bit better. Toph is strong, but I don't want to splash 2 colors here. I could splash 1 color maybe with the Cycle of Renewal, but I'm not going to like look to splash. Okay. Now there is, I mean, my 3-drop slot, I already have a few cards, and I'm probably going to wheel another Pirate Peddler, so I don't really need to worry about that. I will take Hama the Bloodbender because my mana is looking a lot better now. Now that I have a Foggy Bottom Swamp, I can go like 8/8 plus the Foggy Bottom Swamp and then have 9 black sources to help me cast this. Plus a Cycle of Renewal, maybe. So I think I'm going to just take this. Pretty strong card. We're not in the market for Katara right now because we're playing black-green. Beautiful. We get another Epic Downfall. Definitely a better card to pick up than Sold Out. Just cheap removal is better, even if it only hits things that are mana value 3 or greater. That's usually what you're killing anyway. What else is in this pack? I mean, Sold Out would definitely be my second pick. Another good removal spell. And then Cycle of Renewal I like better than Earthbending Lesson. I really don't like Earthbending Lesson. Just doesn't do enough. So we're in really good shape here with our removal package. Now we'll take Judy. I don't mind playing Judy. There is also Firebending Lesson, but this isn't exactly the sort of card that I want to splash. The cards that I'm looking for splashing purposes are like late game bombs, really strong late game things, not cheap removal spells that are partly good because they're so good on turn 1. Swamp Snare Trap's not a card I love. We do need more 2-drop creatures, and this can do some good stuff with like Long Fang. Like if you have Judy out, you can keep like making a Judy, sacrificing it, putting counters on things, surveilling. So Judy is totally nice. 2-2-drops now. Boom, we get a Daily Agents. This is really nice for us. The multicolored cards are good in their decks for a reason. We're going to have some counters going around. We're going to have some Earthbending going around. And this is going to be a nice pickup. Sandbender is good for black-white, but we're like heavy green. We don't need to splash this. Again, part of the value of this is playing it on turn 2 and then everything working with it. And so getting Daily Agents is really nice. If I wasn't taking Daily Agents, I'd probably take the Vinebender over the Beetle-Headed Merchants. Even though I don't really love either card that much. Now there's a Cat Gator. Don't mind if I do. I don't like Fatal Fissure. I'd much rather get Cat Gator as a top-end threat. I have a little bit of ramp. This can also help me get more swamps into play. This card also wants me to get more swamps into play. I guess I'll take Canyon Crawler over Vindictive Warden over Earth Kingdom Soldier. Maybe I want the Earth Kingdom Soldier. I have some stuff that cares about +1/+1 counters, like Daily Agents. But I guess that's the only one. Beautiful. Rebellious Captives Wield. That's perfect for me. This is really coming together nicely. Pirate Peddlers came back. I think my Cycle of Renewal is actually going to be good. I might even play a second copy if I get one, which I think I will. Potentially. Nobody else really likes that card. Beautiful. Cycle of Renewal is just what I wanted for my black-red deck. I mean, black-green deck. One thing that you can do with like Daily Agents is you Earthbend 1, and then you Cycle of Renewal, sacrifice the land that you Earthbent 1 onto. So you basically turn a 1/1 into an extra land, which is sometimes pretty beneficial. So this is the benefit of kind of like identifying the open lane and getting kind of hooked up. Like we've got all the black-green cards. We want to be a little bit heavier black now because Cat Gator and Hama. But we'll probably end up with an 8-8 split. Okay. So normally I would take Flopsy in a heartbeat here. But I don't think that's actually correct now. Just whenever a creature land. Okay. The reason not is because we already have 4 really expensive cards. Hama's pretty expensive. We don't really need to go that direction and get another top-end card. We could take Boulder because we could use another 4-drop. Or we could just take Messenger Hawk. But I think we're going to get more 3-drops. We already have 6 3-drops. Let's just take the Boulder. Fill out our curve a little bit. And we're going to be pretty pleased with that, I think. Beautiful. Fire Nation Drill is fantastic. Really like this. Yeah, this card's just excellent in every way. Daily Agents might wheel if there's nobody else playing black-green. It's super unlikely, though. I do like Messenger Hawk. It's just not really good in my deck because I only have like the 1 clue token to trigger it. Plus this, I guess, triggers it. This could trigger it. But we don't have a lot of raw card draw. So Fire Nation Drill is fantastic. Okay, so do I take Earthbender Ascension or do I splash? Earthbender Ascension's really good. And it wouldn't require me to dip into blue. But Azula's also very good. And I do have 2 Cycle of Renewals already. I'm going to take Earthbender Ascension because it fits my colors. I would take the Azula if there wasn't Earthbender Ascension. I think I would take it over Ostrich Horse, for example. But in this situation, when I have 2 Cycle of Renewals already that work well with the Earthbender Ascension, And I don't want to have to like jeopardize my mana for that purpose. I'll take Seismic Sense now. Helps me find the card I need. Hey Bye would be fine as well. But I don't really have good sack fodder for it. So let's just take the Seismic Sense. Oh my gosh. Well, black's open. Another Fire Nation Drill here. I'm going to take Fire Nation Drill over the Obsessive Pursuit. Obsessive Pursuit's a good card, but Fire Nation Drill is better. It's crazy that these are both in the pack and a Daily Agents. My pack, and there's also like sold out. This black is just insanely open here. But Fire Nation Drill is insane. Getting 2 Fire Nation Drills does mean that I kind of wish I had, what's it called? Taken the 3-drop over the Boulder. Oh, maybe no, I don't actually really want Messenger Hawk. I think Boulder's still good. Here it's between Badger Mole and Corrupt Court Official. I only have 1, 2, 3 2-drop creatures. Let's just get a 4th one here. I wouldn't mind Badger Mole. I would definitely play it. But as you can see, my 5-drop slot's a little bit more full, and I might even wheel some Daily Agents. I mean, black is super open. Black-green is probably pretty open as well. Okay, we just get Heartless Act, pick 7. This is what happens when you're willing to draft cards that other people aren't willing to draft. Like, I don't know, maybe people... I mean, I opened the Bifong pack too, but I was already solidly black-green. And I'm in pretty good shape here. I would have... Yeah, I think I'm just in, like, best possible shape here. I'm not going to play a 3rd Canyon Crawler. We'll just take the rare for the collection. We wheeled Flopsy. Well, that's crazy. Also, Earth Village Ruffians. We don't need that. We have 4, 5, 6, 7 3-drops already. Let's just take a Flopsy. Because remember, we can just cut Canyon Crawlers. Flopsy's definitely better. Boom. We get the Daily Agents back, which I expected that we would. We can just cut the Canyon Crawlers, I think. We could maybe even cut the Hama the Bloodbender. Could cut Suki, potentially. Because our deck just got so good that we don't need it. I think we're in really good shape here. Having Canyon Crawlers could be good with Cycle of Renewal to make sure I don't flood out, while also hitting extra black sources. Ostrich Horse came back. That's also really good. I don't need the removal spell. I've got the Fire Nation Drills, the Sold Outs, the Epic Downfalls. I could take a Snare Trap, though. I definitely don't need the Beetle-Headed Merchants. Wheeling Daily Agents was really good. That's going to be a great card for me. It makes me happy that I didn't take the Badger Mole. Wow, we get Deadly Precision back. Sure, I'll take that. Might as well. Okay. This deck is perfect. Pretty much. Swamp Snare Trap is not something I need, though. So this is kind of like a 5-mana removal spell. Just run of the mill, do your thing. I'm going to cut a Swamp because we have the 2 Canyon Crawlers and the 2 Cycle of Renewals, but that does make Catgator worse. So maybe I would rather cut a Forest. Okay, I don't know if we want the Hama. I definitely want to keep all of my cheap cards. Earthbender Ascension is also going to be good for this. I think I'm going to cut Suki because I don't really go that wide. I have a lot of creatures, but maybe I could keep Suki. So my removal split is Deadly Precision, 2 Epic Downfalls, Sold Out, 2 Fire Nation Drills, Catgator, kind of. I'm feeling pretty smart that I didn't splash because I have pretty demanding mana requirements. I don't know, like triple black, heavy black for Catgator. The Azula would have been really good. I think we just start by cutting cards at the top end of the curve. Like we cut the Canyon Crawlers. I have 3 of expensive cards there. I have 16 lands. I'm probably going to end up cutting Deadly Precision. I don't have a lot of sack stuff. Cut Suki. Keep all my 4-drops like Judy, so I keep all those. Seismic Sense will help me hit my land drops if I need to. What else do I cut? I could cut a Pirate Peddlers. I have a little bit of sacrifice, but not an insane amount. Like I have 2 of these. And that's it, kind of. Hama the Bloodbender could be a cut potentially, but I think it's a good value card. I still have a lot of creatures. 16. I think I'm keeping both Cycle of Renewals. Could cut the Boulder. Do I want to go down to 15 lands? Cut 1 Flopsy. And only play 1 Cycle of Renewal. $17 lands, I think 16 lands is better, actually. 14 creatures, 10 non-creatures. Colors, slightly heavier black, especially with these cards. I don't want to have to play a double green card. My curve is looking pretty good. Earthbender Ascension is pretty good with some of my stuff as well. Do I want True Ancestry? Probably. It seems super good getting back a Fire Nation Drill or whatever. Yeah, let's try it like this. I don't think there's any cards that I'm like really unhappy that I'm not playing. Maybe Flopsy versus Boulder's close. But Flopsy seems pretty solid in my deck. I've got 14 creatures. And it goes well with Daily Agents. Yeah, that's a pretty good combo. Okay. Oh, let's make our artwork Long Fang or something. Perfect. Okay. Deck seems pretty solid. I'm excited to see how it goes in the games. As we dive into the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to the NicolaiBolas Patreon. If you're enjoying my videos and you'd like to support my mission to make draft accessible for everyone around the world, then Patreon is the place to go. And you can access to cool bonus content like my card-by-card tier list and format thoughts document. Special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It makes a tremendous difference. Okie doke. Let's get to the game. This is a good hand. Oh. Booyah. Fixed that up. Hopefully it wasn't too jarring that it was zoomed in during the draft portion. I guess it's when Arena updates. Sometimes it does that to me. Great draw. I'm definitely trying to win mid-range battles here. Sure. Do I Earthbender Ascension or Ostrich Horse here? I'm going to do this because I want to get the quest counters rolling. This is a very strong card. Don't get it twisted. Water Tribe Captain. Definitely want to get this rolling. Want to keep hitting my land drops. Interesting. Definitely keep grabbing swamps. They have something to feasibly spend their 2 mana on. So I'm definitely just attacking here, not playing around Razor Rings. If they don't have something to feasibly spend their mana on and they hold it up in a suspicious way, that's when you really start getting questionable. Rumble Arena, sure. Cat Owl, sure. Okay, so Octopus Form immediately comes to mind anytime they have a blue mana up. Was there a reason, like, okay, so last turn they wanted to hold up Quenchia, sack Clue, so that's why they didn't play their thing. So it's like, okay, if they could have played it last turn, why didn't they play it last turn? It's like, okay, they wanted to quench something, which they kind of failed at, but still. So we're going to play this land and buff up the Ostrich Horse so they can attack into Cat Owl. Then play this. Crew this up. Booyah! I mean, that is the power level of Earthbender Ascension for sure. Just accelerated that game so quickly. Nicely done. Got the win. Luckily, I have noticed that the zooming doesn't pose a problem during the draft portion because you can still see all the cards and stuff. It's just during the games it would be annoying. So I'm glad it was all fixed up. But yeah, that's really kind of what the deck is trying to do. We're just trying to be consistent, get our cards down. I mean, we could have splashed. Remember, we saw that Azula, and it's a really strong card to splash, but we didn't really need to because there was such an appealing option already in the pack. And that's the thing. You don't want to jeopardize your consistency just for really strong cards if you don't have to. Okay, this is another great hand. We do have more black sources than others, so we are more likely to draw our black source to get to play this. Beautiful. The reason we're doing it like this is because next turn we can get an extra Surveil in if we need to. Okay. You do want to keep that on top. If we're playing against blue-white, making a token thing could be a problem. Okay. Definitely punished for that decision. I feel a little bit bad about that. Maybe I wasn't supposed to do that. I would definitely be in better shape if I hadn't done that. Glider kids, sure. But the past is the past. Getting a Surveil can be useful. I guess against the white decks, maybe it's not the best move, but... So if they block here, they'll take 8 and go to 3. And then if I draw a swamp, I win. Okay. Kyoshi Battle Fan, sure. Okay. If they have Quenchia on the splash, I would be stunned. Got the job done. Okay. I think the attacking there was pretty good. Maybe I should have spent an extra second thinking about it, but getting them to 3 when I have Cat Gator in hand and 2 swamps and a lot of swamps in the deck seems pretty good. I'm glad I'm playing 16 lands. I think I could probably get away with even 15, but I think that I'm going to be able to use the cycle card as a way to not only ramp myself, but also do better with Cat Gators and things like that. So I think that's okay. Flopsy's really strong. We could consider playing a second Flopsy. What has been the weaknesses of our deck? Well, so far it's been really all smooth sailing. That game we looked like closer than it was because we did suicide our creature to put them down to 3. But we would have been like fine, just like making more trades. We would have had our thing in play still. So far, no big weaknesses revealed. We've been able to play 2 drops early in the game. On the draw. I'm going to keep this. I do need to find a green source, but if I just find any 2 lands, I can be okay as well. And Judy can help me surveil towards more. So if I hit my 3rd land drop, I'm pretty likely to hit my 4th land drop as well. Okay. If I draw Forest this turn, I'm probably going to be able to win. If I don't, I'm probably going to lose. Gambling at all on drawing one of my 7 forests, or I guess I have the 8th green source with the tap land. Isn't my favorite thing, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. If I draw another land here, we're in really good shape. Or at least not really good, but like winning shape, I think. Oh, gosh. Okay. Unfortunate. There was a lot of ways that game could have gone. Unfortunate that I didn't hit my lands, but maybe I'm supposed to mulligan that hand. It was definitely a sketchy hand. I was enamored by the idea that if I used Judy to surveil, like I could hit if I drew one land, which I'm pretty likely to do, and Judy survives, which Judy often will survive, I could surveil and that would help me hit my fourth land. Like on turn 3, I could surveil and then play the Fire Nation drill to catch me back up. But my deck is so strong, I should be more willing to mulligan. So I think that one I can chalk up to a mistake. Their deck didn't seem that powerful, so I should be able to win. I'm going to mulligan this. We've learned our lesson. Okay, this is so much better. It's like not even funny how much better this is. We're going to get rid of Judy. Sometimes on a mulligan, you want to get rid of your like least impactful card, so. Well, I would love to go 2-drop, 3-drop. Going 3-drop, kill spell, Diley Agents is going to be better, I think. This Momo is definitely better than the one I took. That's unfortunate. Those would be good cards to have right now. I don't have double black yet, though, so I couldn't have cast that. So playing against red-white. Sure. So they don't have Enter the Avatar state. So I'm making 2 different 1/1s because that way I can get more of a life drain when I attack them with Diley Agents. Sure. Okay, I have a target for my Epic Downfall now, which is good. Drain them for 5. Seems pretty good to me. They clearly don't have a kill spell for Diley Agents, or they would have used it, I think. Glider Kids, sure. brilliant draw. He's going to get this thing up to 3 counters. So if I draw any land, I can make another lethal threat. Boom! Dialy Agents doing some serious work there. My goodness. I feel really bad for not mulliganing that one hand. Like, that was a game on a mulligan, and I won super easily because my deck is just so strong. I definitely need to be more aggressive with mulligans when I have a good deck. It's also worth noting, with a tricky mulligan decision, which maybe that one wasn't as tricky, but, like, it's still, even if it's incorrect, it's not incorrect by as wide a margin as some would say. Like, some people are like, okay, it was either correct or incorrect. But there is always something to be said for, okay, this is an easy keep because we have 2-drop, we have 3-drop, we have our really good Fire Nation drill, we have a removal spell, and both our colors. But there's like, okay, like if you think about how your win rate is affected, like mulliganing does have a pretty substantial impact on your win rate. And so it could be something as simple as, okay, my win rate went down like 10% in that game by not mulliganing or whatever. But it's not like, oh, it was so bad, that sort of thing. So whenever you make a mistake, just think about it like that. Like, okay, I played my creature pre-combat and then something went badly, but like just because my creature died when it shouldn't have doesn't mean that I'm like 0% to win this game now or whatever. Because I was still like, there's some percentage chance that I still just draw my planes or whatever. Okay, play Swamp, play my Corrupt Cortex. We're playing against a lot of red-white decks, which I'm happy about because I think my deck kind of trounces red-white. I mean, we did lose to that one red-white deck because we missed our land drops. But I think in general, this is such a good matchup for me. We are going to Cycler of Renewal away a forest to get 2 swamps. This is the downside of having a 3-drop. Like, that's not proactive. But I think it's still going to be good in my deck generally. Getting the double swamp is going to help the Hama. And I'll be able to recover with Fire Nation Drill. Next turn I can play Hama. Or I can play Beifong Bounty Hunters. Suki, sure. Or we could just kill Suki. So they're not playing black deck, so I think playing my land works out for me. I'm not playing Earthbender Ascension this turn anyway. Or I would have cared about how I sequenced that. I'm playing Beifong this turn. Apologies. Okay, another card. So they now have 5 mana available. Sure. Sure. Dialy Agents. Okay. There's a chance they just activate their path here. Yep. So Hama can get non-creature, non-lands. So if I attack here and I trade with Water Tribe Captain, I think I can't lose this game. Especially because I can true Ancestry it back. And then life drain is pretty relevant here as well. Okay. I will do this, because if they kill my Fire Nation drill, I could block here and then they activate. I think this is better though, because I want to true Ancestry it back. Sure. Sure. I'm not playing this land because I want to get my Earthbender Ascension going next turn, I think. Kyoshi Warriors, sure. Could use Sold Out here, or I could play Judy. I'm going to play Judy. I want to be able to start activating it. I'm a little bit worried about them having like Yip Yip into Double Strike, but that seems way too much to play around. Okay, great draw. Judy's definitely going to start sacking my swamp so I can start ticking this up. Oh, that's a huge draw. So next turn I want to be able to play Flopsy and just attack with everything pretty much. So getting extra creatures into play is good for that. And I could technically play this plus Epic Downfall next turn. Yeah, they play their 6th land. Pretty quickly, too. Sure. Okay, so watch this trick. I'm going to go to full control mode. Play Flopsy. Crew it in response. Then I'd rather Epic Downfall this or just attack with all my 3/3s. I'd rather just attack with all my 3/3s. They have enough blockers to survive by chumping, I think. Maybe I should have attacked with the 2/2s as well. Maybe they were dead on board. No, they could have eaten the 2/2 and lived at 1. Here they're taking 7. Okay, so they did have Yip Yip. I was afraid of that. So maybe I should have just killed the Kyoshi warriors so that Yip Yip wouldn't be able to finish me off. Plus double strike. I was worried of Yip Yip plus double strike specifically. And they had the Yip Yip half of it. It's really weird when in those spots because you're like, okay, how do I stop them from winning? And like the card had to be Yip Yip and they had to top deck something else. This is an excellent hand. I'm not going to play this on turn 1 because you can whiff if you play it on turn 1. Okay, Momo. So on turn 2, I'm going to play the Rebellious Captives. Because it hits back hard. So they're hitting me for 1, I'm hitting them for 2. So I can win races this way. Zhong's Deserters. They're buffing their flyer. Interesting. Here I actually will get a forest because I want to double spell with green spells next turn. Normally I'd get a swamp though. Definitely doing this. I should have buffed up forest maybe so I could play Seismic Sense. So on their turn 3, they played tap land and did nothing. They didn't have... And they could have played untapped land. What are the odds they have Razor Rings? Or make 2 1/1s at instant speed? Yep. So now I don't take any damage here, whereas I wasn't going to have a good block for these 1/1s. I do like Daily Agents a lot here. But getting the swamp seems safer. Play this, play around Quenchia. I'm happy to trade this for Zhong's Deserters because it gets my Earthbender Ascension online, so I get to move a counter around. So now I have all my creatures have 2 toughness, so their 1 toughness things aren't as big of a liability. And they did nothing on their turn 4. Huh. That's interesting. So maybe they have Quenchia. Cat Gators in there. That's good to know. So they did have Razor Rings. Maybe even multiple Razor Rings. I should have buffed up Forest again. I keep choosing the wrong land to turn into an Earthbent land. Okay, Air Nomad Legacy, sure. I am worried about losing to their flyer, so I'm going to have to get this Cat Gator back next turn, I think. Okay, Teferi's Protection was not on my bingo card. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Well, I think I'll be able to beat this, actually. Now that they're tapped out, I can Cat Gator away their Momo. Depending on how they block, I could even Cat Gator them directly. Long Fang down, sure. Buff up this thing. Four, 8, 11. They have to block something. And this is the way they take maximum damage, I think. No, if I buffed up this... No, I should have buffed up one of my bigger guys. Okay. If I buffed up one of my 4/4s, now they would have taken the same amount of damage, because they would have just not blocked that. They would have taken 7 still. But I would have had a 5/5. They drew 3 and then they sacked their clue. So that indicates they're not in the best shape. Glider kids, sure. Okay, so let's just say that they have Octopus Form or Enter the Avatar State, the only 1 mana cards I could have. Or Yip Yip. We want to know right away. So we will Epic Downfall. And I can give all my creatures trample thanks to Cycle of Renewal. Boom. The only loss I've had was due to my weird mulligan choice. And by weird, I mean bad, but you know, I can give myself some slack sometimes. Weird mulligan choice that then didn't come through. Because it could have come through. If I just drawn Forest on my first draw step, that hand would have been amazing. So it's like, not even, yeah, that's why I was saying. It's like, always, you don't want to be too results oriented. Like, even if something's wrong, it maybe isn't wrong by as big a margin as you think. Like, I could have drawn Forest, or I could have just drawn 2 lands off the top. Okay, we're gonna... I really want to keep it! Can I please keep it, please? Because I can go Captives into Longfang, but it's just... If I don't draw a Swamp, it's just so rough. How many black sources do I have? I'm just gonna mulligan it. I think I have better hands. Okay, this is so much better. Get rid of Hama. Epic Downfall's downside has definitely been very apparent in this. Use 3 colors right off rip, plus Great Divide Guide. Intimidating. Sure. I don't have anything to Epic Downfall, no need to play off curve. Sure. So for 4 mana, what are they realistically holding up? Airbending lesson. Exile my creature. I'm still just going to play on curve. Because if they have exile my creature, they're going to get to use it at some point here. Yep. Oh, it is a bummer that that's what they had, though. I was hoping they didn't have that. They could have had Heartless Act. There's so many different things they could have there. Normally when you're behind, you like to use removal spells, but I haven't drawn removal spells that I could use, sadly. Goodbye, Longfang. Okay. Gonna start trying to stabilize my life total here. So they did have Heartless Act. Wow, their hand was just all removal spells. Sure. Okay, we're gonna kill Glider, kids. So it all comes down to some top decking down the stretch. I could potentially get a big Daily Agents attack in. Oh my gosh, no! Not like this. Definitely kill one of the things with a counter on it. That was a huge top deck from them. Okay, so they're gonna attack me with everything. I can go block Daily on Daily. I think I might just want to make a 3/3 here. Did they top deck another spell? Please no. Please no. Gosh darn it. I mean, this is my only block. Oh my gosh. No! Oh, I thought they were going to get the Black Shrine and win that way. Okay. That's a huge rip for me. I'm going to play this. Activate this to target a non-relevant land. So my Daily can drain them for 3. And then if they kill this guy, like they top deck a kill spell for this thing, they hit me for 4. So I would still live at 1. Glider kids, sure. They keep it on top. That's not a good sign. Big draw. Ooh, that's a huge draw. That's a huge, 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 huge draw. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I have 7 mana. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to play another Daily Agent. I am going to drain them for 6 because I don't want to lose to a random combat trick. And they're just dead by a bajillion if they don't. They have to kill Daily Agents, yeah. But now I have like a life total buffer. So like if they put Yip Yip on top, which is would have been a lethal card, so they could have totally scried that to the top. Epic Downfall, okay. But now they're just dead by a bajillion, right? Because they can... Booyah! Yes, I made that. See, that's the thing. When you play a lot of games, you just learn those things. I had a game at one point where I had 2 Daily Agents, and it was like, oh, if I do them both on the same turn, I just win the game. But doing the 6-point life swing is just important to do, and I lost that one game because I messed it up. But doing it correctly is critical. Boom! We have 1 more round to go. Let's go. Get the win. Black, green. Holy baby, it's so open and so good. Okay, here's our chance. The final round. We're going to keep this. Any land gives us exactly what we need. Turtle duck. Sure. Epic Downfall has been a bit of a... I mean, it's much worse than Heartless Act. Been a little bit sketchy. Zuko, sure. Definitely taking the land here. Would have loved to just Fire Nation drill that. Just gonna get that going. I don't really need to kill something just yet. Sure. Daily Agents is so strong. Oh my gosh. My opponent just said good game. I didn't even play two of the best cards in this set. Okay, Toph, sure. Sure, Ostrich Horse. I don't mind this because then I get Bifong going. So we can put 3 counters onto any land. Let's turn our 1/1 into something more relevant. Boom! Got that W! Huge! Oh, what a run! We only lost that one mulligan thing we keep bringing up, and other than that, we destroyed with black-green. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Very satisfying. Oh, my goodness. What a run. I think we built the deck very well. We had a good understanding of what we needed to accomplish. I think one cycle of renewal ended up being right. A couple of top-end cards, but the Dialis were really nice. Overall, just a fantastic deck. Played out like a dream and was super, super fun. We had so many rares, too. Like, we had double Fire Nation Drill, Bifong Bounty Hunters, Earthbender Ascension. So 4 really, really strong rares. If you made it to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag Agent Victory, because the Daily Agents were probably the coolest cards we played. I mean, sure, Fire Nation Drill was insane and won us a lot of games. The Bounty Hunters were great. Earthbender Ascension was great. But the Daily Agents draining for like 6 points at a time was really, really awesome. So if you made it to the end, leave hashtag Agent Victory in the comment section down below to let me know you made it to the end. That's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.